Hi friends, thanks for joining me today. I have joined the Shadowbox Challenge Swap 2021. Hosted by Crafting with Isabel and Mom2create. Make sure to go check out their channels and also check out the other collaborators. So for this swap we had to make an 8x10 shadow box, any theme that we wanted. We also had to make a card for our swap partner, and it had to be either Easter or spring. My partner requested spring, and we got to craft 3 items of our choice, but also needed to be either Easter themed or spring themed. I didn't do process videos on the items that I made, but I am going to show them to you because I'm getting ready to ship them off to her. So I'm going to show you what I made for her, and I hope she likes it. My partner is Tina Loves to Craft. I'm pretty excited to send the box out to her. Okay friends, so I am going to show you some of the things that I made for Tina. This is an envelope that I made out of a map, and it's just a few pieces of stamped fabric that she can use. I've already sealed it, so I can't show you how I stamped the fabric, but this is just like a little extra for her. I made her some little spring tags, so if she chooses to make a journal, she could use them in there, or if she just wants to use them on gifts as gift tags, she could do that. This is the card that I made her. Now, we're not supposed to write in the card, it's for her to use. So I have a couple of layers here. I have the card stock, and then on top of that I have another layer, and I have a little bit of lace here, and then it has this little saying, and it says live life in full bloom. And then raised up one more level is this little card, and I used pom-pom trim underneath of it and embellished it with a little pink rain boot and some butterflies. And it is blank inside, but it's nice and colorful, and I even attached a piece of pink paper with lines on it because sometimes people prefer that. Then I had these cute little pink and white striped boxes, so I filled this for her, and I had made some spring snippet rolls. So I wrapped it in this fabric, and here's the spring snippet roll. Now, some of you are journalers and you know what snippet rolls are for, but some of you might not know what they're for. So in case you don't, you make these out of fabric and whatever else you want to put on them, but then when you're crafting, and you don't have to be a journaler to use them, if you were going to make a card and you wanted to put a little something in the corner or whatever, you just take and you cut it, and then you use that piece. So for example, on this piece, you might cut it here, and then you might add something of your own here or cut that part off too. You could cut it with the cloud or leave the cloud on and have the cloud and the butterfly together. This is what I would consider to be, you could use it finished or you could add embellishments to it. If it was me, I'd probably maybe add a little something to it. I didn't want to make it over the top because let's say she's creating a card and she wants to use a piece of this, but she wants to also add in something of her own. She'll have the freedom to do that. So I'm just rolling it back up. Oops, let me go a little bit tighter. Not too tight, but just a little bit tighter. I don't know if I did it small enough to fit back in the box, but we'll find out. Yep, we're good. So that's her spring themed snippet roll. Then, let me get these out of the way. The next thing is kind of big, friends. I know you can't see the whole thing yet. I had this wooden birdhouse, and I've had it, it was plain wood, as you know when you find them at the craft store. And so I embellished it. Here's the hangy part, obviously, this part here. I went around that with some lace, but this, all of this and this, I decoupaged napkin on it, and it just looks so pretty. And then under the roof, I did this frilly lace, this frilly purple lace. And then inside of where the bird would go in, there are green gems. And then I went around all of the edges. Can you see these little gems? Here, let me set it up like this. So if you look at these edges, there are gems all around here and also lace. So I put the lace on first and then I put the gems over top of them. So on the front and the back are pink gems, and then on both sides are the blue gems. So this was another item that I made for her. Now, this is not supposed to be an outdoor decoration. It would not withstand the weather. So this is more for indoors. The next thing I made for her was a spring themed tassel. So we have beautiful bright pink, and this has like a little bit of green, some polka dot fabric from my friend Pam at Pam's Paper Place, and then this vintage springtime fabric. So we've got that, and then there's a strand of just nice sparkly pink ribbon in here. And then I did some beading. So we have some pink beads, we have some clear and pink over here to match our spring fabric. We've got green and yellow, and look how cute that is with it, you guys. Look at that. And then over on this side we have some orange, because believe it or not, in this fabric is like a, there it is, it's like a tangerine color. So I put in some orange beads, and then I added this beautiful butterfly bead. I absolutely love it. And this was given to me by Melissa by Mimi with love, and I'm so grateful for it. It's perfect on this tassel. So I hope she loves her Jovi tassel. Now we're on to the last thing that I'm going to show you, which is the shadow box. So let me make sure it's in frame here so you can really see it. There's a little shadow on it. I apologize for that. Maybe if I lay it flat. I think there's still probably a shadow on it. So let me talk to you about how I made this shadow box. So the first thing I did is, you'll see the base of it is a piece of vintage music paper. I coffee dyed. I actually did my silver and coffee dye on it. And then I went around the edges. I don't know if you can see it, but I think you can see it a little bit. I went around the edges with a nice tealish blue ink. So I inked all the edges. Then on top of that, I put a real peacock feather. There are peacocks that roam around down here in Pinellas County, Florida. And so occasionally we are able to acquire a feather once they're dropped by the bird. So my friend Lisa at Treasures and Adventures gave me this peacock feather, and so I've used it in the shadow box. Then up on like the foam, you know how it raises it, I did this peacock, and I made that out of a variety of papers. And then I embellished on top of that these large paper flowers and then some smaller ones over here. And that's how I made the shadow box. I hope she loves it. It is definitely colorful. I think it definitely looks like springtime. Friends, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please smash that like button. And also, always remember how much I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for commenting, for being involved in my life in this way. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for watching. See you soon.